Hi, I'm Susan. Today I'm excited to participate in Nicole's of Shabby French Door's first challenge, and this is a DIY clock challenge. We get to make a clock however we want. It can be decorative, it can be functional, and Nicole is so talented. She has such a way of decorating and using vintage items. I love her channel. She is so creative. Her co-host is Sandra of DIYs at the SCHWOWIN'S. Sandra is also very creative, and I love her farmhouse creations. She is so inspiring with her ideas, and I also love her channel. Both channels will be listed in the description box below. Please check them out, as well as the playlist. There will be some wonderful clocks to be seen. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm using this sign from Dollar Tree. I'm using the Waverly chalk paint in white and ink, and I'm using this clock part from Hobby Lobby. And I just removed that little piece from the picture and removed the hanger. I'm going to use the back to make my clock. There's nothing better than a hairdryer or heat gun to remove your labels from your projects. It just comes right up. And after I get the label off, I just give it a light sanding around the edges to smooth out any splintery pieces, since it is the back. I paint it with Waverly's chalk paint in white, and I give it 2 coats, drying it with my hairdryer in between. I changed my mind about using the ink, and I go with this blue acrylic paint, and I'm trying to go for a Mackenzie Child's Dupe. I got my checkerboard and my gingham plaid mixed up, and I realized I did not do it right. But I go ahead and I paint little lines around the edge, but then I go back and paint the top part all blue when I just realized I had gotten it wrong. And I do like how it shaded it and got light with the dark blue. Kind of gave it a little bit of variety. Now I'm coming back with the white and doing kind of a checkerboard. It's not a true checkerboard, but it's got some of the checkerboard design in it. And I do different squares, and I leave spaces, and I just make it to where I think I'll be happy with. After I dry it with my hair dryer, I just give it a good little brush over with sandpaper, and I touch up the part that's smeared. I had little globs of paint, and I wanted to smooth it out. Now I take this pretty gold paint from Folk Art, and I just outline the checkerboards, the squares, and give it that detail like the Mackenzie Child has. I'm not sure if I'm nailing the Mackenzie Child's, which I probably am not, but I'm kind of happy with it. I know that it's perfectly imperfect, as I've heard someone say, and I definitely need to work on my technique on this. But I dry brush some of the gold in the center to give it that detail that Mackenzie Child's has. I don't hate it, but I just wish that sometimes the vision that I have in my head I can translate into my art or projects. But I will keep at it until I get it. And now I'm adding some detail, and I'm just smoothing out with a bigger brush to give a different design added to this clock. And now I'm adding the gold detail to my new design. Once I dry this, I go back again with the sandpaper and just smooth it out. Although I didn't paint the back since it's not going to be seen, I did go around the edge there with my gold paint pen and just kind of make it look a little neater on the edges. Now I'm going to add my clock to the back and just getting all the pieces out and reading the directions to figure out how to put this thing together. I try to get an idea of where the hands will go, so I know how far down to attach the mechanism. And I just something to fit inside there that was straight to give me a straight line, and I just used a chalk marker to draw that line. And now I'm measuring to find the center. And I used the heavy ruler. Of course, it wouldn't fit down in there. So I just went back with the cloth ruler just to make sure I had it in the right spot. And I just tried to figure out which drill bit. It took me a few times before I got it big enough for the clock part to go through. And I put my clock together per the instructions and attach the hands and all the nuts and pieces that go on it. And it really wasn't that hard. You just have to work at it. I'd like to say that it was perfect, but it really wasn't hard. You just have to work with it. And I attached the hands and the second hand and all the little pieces in between, but it has a diagram on the back that shows you the order and how to attach. And I did realize as I was putting it on that there's a little piece of plastic that was protecting the coating on it, so be sure to look for that if you do this clock. Once I get my hands attached, I started at 12 o'clock and then I just put my numbers and I just go around the clock, turn the hour around until I can add all of my numbers. And once I get it in there, I add my battery and yay, it works. Now I cut out a decal on my Cricut and I'm just weeding it here. And this is Susan Southern Cooking. It's for my other channel. This is going to be a kitchen clock. And I also have the rolling pin and the whisk. And I'm going to add this to the bottom of my clock. And here's my clock. It is perfectly imperfect, as Yvonne of Ginger Chick Rehab would say, but I like it. It's different. So I hope you liked it too. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you hadn't. Ring that bell so you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. And until next time, bye.